and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Houston will give them the season sweep. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Another tote for Etienne. And some room to run now. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 31 yards there and a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Handoff running left is Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their 35-yard line. Off the play fake, Mills. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. On play action, Mills. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Texans at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mills to throw it. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Mills on first down. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. Throw left side, complete to Tony. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 19. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Lawrence. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Room here to run. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
On first down, right back to ETN. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. These two teams all tied after one. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Patterson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
They'll try the left side with Etienne. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Lawrence will throw. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't put it in. Put him in great field position. They don't want to score on the third down coming up.
And you know what else you do? You make your defense better. He got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 30. Jonathan Bernard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Hand off left side, Pierce. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Play action now. Mills. They'll roll him out right. Here's Johnson with a reception. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket, to move, and make something happen. On that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A first down throw for Mills. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you can use as a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's Pierce. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your two-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have one or two for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Hey, exit.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, oh, I should have thrown that.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down, Mills. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Flush to his right. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yeah.
Here's Lawrence to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Ready, set. Hey, two. Hey,
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Second and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley, 34 yards. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Here's Mills. Flushed out right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On third down, here's Mills. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Okay, ready? Go! Jack Rabbit, come on!
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taken in at the 3. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They go play action. Mills.
It's a room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Play fake. Mills.
He's letting it fly for Cooks.
And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time.
Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off.
And the Jaguars force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Block it. Oh!
And they'll go again with ETN.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
112 yards rushing for him so far this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On the ready.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with ETN. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings out forward. Here's Logan Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. On 2nd and 9, Mills. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Devin Lloyd in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 4th down, Mills. Got his man complete over the middle. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here, punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away, let your defense take over with better field position.
Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. To throw, Mills. Forced out to his left. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Three yards remain for 2nd down. From the gun, here's Mills. There again is Cooks, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
From the shotgun, it's Mills.
Eluding the pressure right.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Flush to his right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Again, it's Mills. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half. I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce.
And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
1st and goal. They got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Mills to throw it.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll run for it with Pierce.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. On second down, ETN once more. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Hey, Charlie! Hey, exit!
On third down, Lawrence. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TV. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on second down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball. This a very important drive, and that completion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back. Absolutely crucial to their chances of trying to win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away the clock.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
On the ball. On the ball.
Throwing now, Lawrence. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's fourth down. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mills back to throw.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Murray. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Pierce will try to pick it up. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
They find some open field here. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
Ken, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Now Mills.
And that is caught. Touchdown. And an extra point away from taking the lead here on 4th down.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller this week, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Now on the return. Oh, no, the ball is loose. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Lawrence.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
This to almost certainly win the football game. Patterson's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's Mills. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One last shot from Mills. And this is caught on the sideline. On the feet in, they are. What a catch.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale